player, Lusta player, Lusta play. I time you go score. Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta play. My time you go score. Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta play. My time you go score. Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta player. I love you, Liberia. Je t'aime, Liberia.
Yeah, this is the song that introduces your program.
Jojo Bon,
King Sports Talk. It comes on every Saturday, beginning at 11. And I'm your usual host, Otis Sankan. I'm here this morning, and we're going to be running through some major local sports. Our focuses are always on the local scene, making sure that we give you all of the development as it unfolds in the various disciplines. So be my guest straight up until later at 12 o'clock, because we have to call it shut up today's edition due to the arrangement to bring you the live coverage from the Liberty Fortune office there. So at 12 o'clock, we're going to be calling it a day. So it's just an hour thing on today. So I mean, just something we're going to rumble through quickly onto this edition of the program. Let me take a gist of the theme song. When I return, we start to talk sports, especially local sports from our own country, Liberia. A jiggle of the theme song, then we come back, we start to do more of this.
Good luck, South Africa. Aye, aye, aye.
This is the song. This is the song. You know, whenever I hear this song, I can be like, wow. I remember back then, when Lone Star is about to play, you know, this song always keep in the momentum, making sure that we get all of the momentum as the Lone Star of Liberia go to the match. And by then it was George Weah time. Yeah, you know, it was George Weah time. You know, when George Weah 11 go on the field, you know, it's a must win. But happy it's good to be here, and welcome to the June 7th edition of the program, King's Sports Talk, right on King's Double 8.5 and streaming live on our YouTube and Cloud TV channel. Like I said, I'm your usual host, Otis the Mojmo Sankan. I'm here with you this morning, and just hope you're there. Let's talk sports, especially our local sports. My emphasis is always on our local sports because we have to give it credence. The thing is, unlike in Europe, where the access to get most of those information as it relates to sports, you know, it's very, very easy. There are a lot of sites you can go on and get whatever information you want to get, you know, as it relates to European sports. But for us in Liberia, not much has been given to our local sports. You know, people find it very difficult to get some of the information as it relates to, you know, the happenings from our local scene. So for me, on this platform, I make it my duty to always prioritize local sports. Yeah, always prioritize local sports, and give you the opportunity to have some of those information as it relates to sports in general. So be it whatever discipline, basketball, you know, kickball, one of the only game we have in Liberia have, you know, kickball, you know, I mean, soccer, football, like you all will always call it. You know, we always give emphasis to our local sport. So it's good to be here. Let me give you some of let me give you a gist of what is on our plate this morning for discussion. We will be looking at the Z Billion off-season tournament is ongoing in Painesville at the Vocal Nation Field. It's a Z Billion off-season tournament where you know uh, uh, footballers, administrators take off-season to get themselves prepared. What about it? We hope to speak with General Luke. He's the PRO of Painesville FC. We'll have him live on the line. He's going to tell us more about the Z Billion off-season tournament that is ongoing at the Vocal Nation in Painesville. So we'll hope to have General Luke. He's the PRO of Painesville FC, and he will tell us more about the ongoing Z Billions off-season tournament. And also, I have played this morning on the program. Recently, the female national team, the Lone Star, participated in the WAFU Zone A tournament. It was held in Mauritania, Nouakchott, and the female national team finished third in that competition. And we're going to be giving you detail on some of the happenings there, and I mean, then we would just pull it in a holistic form and discuss sports. Yeah, yeah. And the the U20 is off to Ghana anytime soon. They should be off to Ghana to participate in the WAFU's under 20 competition that is to be taking place anytime soon, and we hope to also give you some details surrounding that. Okay, so let me see what I can do here. If I can get journalist Luke, so that we can talk a little bit as it relates to the Z Billion off-season tournament that is ongoing in the Vocal Nation area. And 12 o'clock, we will bring you live coverage from the Liberty Fortune Wicked Jackpot program. And like always, we'll bring you live coverage. As soon as we get words from the team there, we'll hook them up and I'll bring you live coverage of what is unfolding at the Liberty Fortune head office in Singer. So like I said, we got a lot of things to talk about. We just want to make it short. Let me try to hook up with General Luke, and he's going to be telling us more about the off-season tournament that is ongoing at the Vocal Nation in Painesville. And we talk a little bit about the female that's the female national team. They just came back from the WAFU Zone 8 tournament that was held in Nouakchott. So I will try to do so we will talk a little bit about the female national team. They just arrived in country from the WAFU Zone 8 tournament. They came third in that competition. They took third place. Like you always know when you say third the competition, they took third place. They came up with some medals. And so we will talk a little bit about them, and then we talk sports in general, like 30 minutes. Maybe we can take a few other calls and call it a day because not much time is given due to the arrangement with the Liberty Fortune draw that will be coming at 12 days afternoon. So I'm trying to connect with journalist Luke from the Painesville FC. He's also covering the Z Billion off-season tournament. He's going to be telling us more about the tournament. Yes, so welcome. Share the video. For those of you watching us live on our Cloud TV and our YouTube channel, share the video. And before we get to Luke, the female national team, like I said, was in Nouakchott. They came third in the WAFU Zone 8 tournament. And you see, football in Liberia is something that needs serious attention. Very, very serious attention. Very, very serious attention. And you can manage it. Other people's in other country are preparing. It is preparation that gets them to where they are. It's not magic. God will let them. But if you are not prepared, you won't get the needed result. And it will always be the case with Liberia. Let me tell you something. When the female national team went to Nouakchott, there were some issues, like always there are issues. Football or sports in Liberia is a very serious challenge, ranging from the football house to the national government and even some of the administrators. And this action from the football house, the government, and some administrators are really hurting, or it's very sad to say this, is a very, very serious impediment when it comes to the athletes, some of their decisions, wherein the athletes have to, improvise. They have to go to tournament, they have to go to matches, with that kind of shift in mental stability. You think Ghana, you think Ivory Coast and other countries around Africa that normally go to competition and get the kind of result they are getting, you think they are so exceptional? No, it is preparation. It is preparation. They are not exceptional. It is preparation. So, yeah, Luke, maybe you can connect me. Yeah, you can connect me. We can talk now. Yeah, you can connect me. So, Luke, you can connect me. You can talk. So it is preparation. Other countries are not getting the kind of result they are getting because they are exceptional. It is only because they are preparing themselves more. Yeah, it is only because they are preparing themselves more. And how are the preparation are? They are putting in more resources wherein they will be able to get the athletes prepared. While at basketball, they are putting in resources. While at football, so let's try to speak with General Luke, and before we can come to that, and we'll talk more about that. So we have live on the line now, General Luke. My man, introduce yourself. It's good to have you firstly. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, ODS, for having me on the King's Sport for the second time.
Okay, it's good to have you also, and I mean, for the sake of the audience, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm General Luke Tijo, the Public Relations Officer of King's and also a member of TDL and the Sports Director Association of Liberia, SWAI.
Oh, okay. But man, how is Queensway FC?
Oh, Queensway is great.
Are you guys preparing more for the upcoming season?
Yeah. Trust me, you will hear big names in the transfer window.
Wow. And I hope to get that soon. And the last time we spoke, let's talk a little bit about Queensway FC before we transition. The last time we spoke, there was the issue with some of the players and the FA. How far are we now?
Yeah, the FA, going through the matter, but 5 players were suspended by the FA, and the case is currently ongoing.
Oh, okay. So, let's go straight to business. The reason you are on, and let's go straight to business. Why is there? Are there Z billion? What is Z billion?
Yeah, it's Z billion to off-season tournament. Is one of the biggest off-season tournament in the country, where players, join our All-Stars to showcase their talent for the new season. So the tournament started back in 2022. Started in 2022, and the first winner was Professional All-Star, the second edition Elite All-Star Career, and last year edition of Footballers All-Star from Soaking Career, and now the 4th edition is ongoing.
Oh, okay, the 4th edition. But why is that name Z Billion? Why is the name Star Z Billion?
Yeah, it was named after the founder, the CEO of Z Billion All-Star.
Oh, okay. And particularly, it is meant to keep players abreast as they as I said, with the new season.
Yeah, sure.
And I've been seeing some of those action. Though I haven't gone there in person, but I've been watching some of those action, and I see some players, especially those who are playing the trip in the high division in football in Liberia. They are also part of that tournament. I mean,
Yeah, sure. Almost all the big names in Liberian football,
mhm.
and even abroad, showcasing the talent in the ongoing Zerbian tournament. Like Mark Skirity, who usually play for PNC FC, but now going to move to India. He played yesterday for Elite All-Star, getting a fix
Okay.
in that game yesterday.
So how far is the tournament now?
Yeah, the tournament is still on the group stage level. We all round 2. Today we keep starting with round 3 in the group.
Round 2 of the tournament concluded.
And then yesterday.
Okay. And I mean, you can explain a little bit about the whole entire thing because you always cover in the program the matches and you know exactly what is unfolding there and the audience are listening.
Yes, they said the 2025 off-season tournament, and this edition this year comprised of 20 teams and divided into 5 groups. Each group will produce 3 teams that will advance to the next stage, and 5 teams will lead, which is a full-place team. And all of the full-play team, they will look for the best full-play team to join to make it 16. Because 3 times 5 from the group is 16 plus a full-play team, the best team from the full players, making 16 to the knockout stage.
Oh, okay. And what is in the what is in there for the winners? I mean, because
Yeah, during the press conference, the CEO and the head for media, Buffett, Melvin George, the
mhm.
administrative manager for having 7 this year as the head on media and publicity, he announced that this year winner will carry 750 United States dollars.
Has grand prize.
Yes.
Okay. Followed by second and third winners. I guess we'll be working
Yeah.
with other prizes too.
Yeah, sure. MVP, the best goalkeeper, best defender, midfielder, best coach, and you just name it.
And I mean, it's an off-season tournament, and Carabao players who play the trade in the FA league are also there. And somebody was thinking like it's just something that will be like amateur football. Some other players are risking their own self as relates to the tournament. Do you think all of those procedures are also being considered?
Yes, the rules, it's almost like the same with the LFA or rule because you have almost all the games have LFA first, second, and third division refereeing controlling it. The
Okay.
here for the tournament for the referees FIFA Bash refereeing Selecona. He
Okay.
controls all the refereeing. And you get top notch, like Levanter and Ford of FIFA Bash refereeing Savannah
Correct.
there, controlling as she was separate as a fourth official we have Hassan and all there. So almost everybody from the first division, second division, third division wrestling in the CL off-season tournament.
So players can rest and show that all of the necessary measures have been put into place to also secure and prevent them from maybe sustaining injuries.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, you're not allowed to raise your player. I mean, when it's just a kind of competition where anybody can do that kind of amateur thing, you are not allowed to
Yeah,
raise any of your players.
to add up
Hmm.
the tournament call, more attraction,
Okay.
calling of rough football holders in the country, even musicians like yesterday, Christopher the Change, presented the Men of the Match award to Javed Conan, what
Okay.
the core country means from Lofa country. Yesterday, Christopher gave the award, on the previous time, the FC President Hilary Saki gave the award, John Flomo gave the award, Mr. Cassell who get FC President gave the award, he will have give Melvin Marsh award and so forth. So more, football stakeholder presidents, musicians, comedians can put in every day to win this again.
Oh, okay. And with that being said, I think for me, for what I look at, it's something that also boosts the morale. It's not just getting the player home and sit down and maybe a merry make. You also keep them, in the process, getting more prepared for the upcoming season. I think that's the intent.
Yeah, yeah. To boost them to keep them free. Commission free today having interesting matches today. 2 o'clock. You get Central Moreau All Star will be going against Peace Island All Star. It's a do or die battle because Central Moreau is sitting second on the table with 4 points after 2 games, and Peace to get 3 points to qualify as either the best field play team or tier play team. Then the last thing the plan match today, Commercial All Star will be going against the host.
Returning leaders aiming to make a strong impression in the regional competition. Among the new faces earning their first call up to a major tournament are promising talents Isaac Gugba, Ralph Weir, and Michelle Jackson. These young players will have the opportunity to showcase their abilities on the regional stage and potentially solidify their position in Liberia football in future. Veteran U20 players Kenneth Cole, Denton Freeman, and Haji Samuka and Onismon Bien have also been included in the squad, bringing experience and leadership to a team eager to make it a mark. Hope so. So, yeah, the full list of players called Bakush Cooper Sana. On goalkeeper Onismon Bien, Blackman Warrior, William Fala, Mangibi FC, defender Imara Johnson, FC Gao, Marbert K. Koi, Lee Academy, Peelwood Bestman, LPRC Warriors, Moses Kamara, Ansu Academy, Eric Kamara, Chikinsu Factory FC, Patrick Mombo, Heaven 11. For midfielder, we have Ezekiel R. Vani Jr., FC Gao, Michelle S. Jackson, FC Facel, Isaac C. Bonga Jr., Freepo FC, Alhaji Samuka, AC Horsens, Kanesco Mighty Barrow, James Tonin Zotia, Heaven 11. For the four, we have Roland Cumming, Mate Barrow, Imara Sumot Bay Mountain FC, Borman Nelson Tukbar AE, Ralph Nuch Wia, Tibet Academy, Jonathan Freeman Discovery FC, and we have Imara Flomo Leska FC. Liberia has joined in Group A alongside host Ghana, Gambia, and Togo. So Liberia will be in with the host Ghana and Gambia and that of Togo in the upcoming WAFU Honor 20 Championship that is set to kick off this June 15 in Accra, Ghana, where the Liberian squad will aim to build on past performance and push for regional glory. The last time the team went to that tournament, they did extremely well. Like always, supposed to again, always do extremely well. That brings me to the female. They just ended WAFU Zone 8 tournament that was held in Rascot, where our female national team participated. Look, let me tell you something. You see, football is preparation. Sports in general is preparation. If you are not prepared, you cannot get any results. And the decision coming from the FA, some of the actions from the FA, coupled with the Liberia government and some sports administrators, are killing the athletes' momentum. The reason why Liberia can't go anywhere is because the action from the government, one, coupled with the FA, was responsible for football or sports, and some of the administrators, those who know of the football team and and this, that, that's the of clubs. Some of their action are really killing the momentum of the players. Look, Liberia we have a raw talent. And you know what that means? We have players who have the talent within them. It's embedded. But how can you get those talent, to get put the talent together so you can get the needed results? You have to invest. In sports, they have the physical aspect of sports, wherein you go to the gym, you go and take exercises, you get prepared for your opponent. That is the physical aspect. And every athlete must do physical. So, like you preparing, doing your physical, your other team, your opponent doing his or her physical also. So it depends, but everybody must do physical as long as you are athletes. And they also have the strategy and the tactics. That's where the coach and the technical staff comes in. They comes in with their tactics and strategies to help the athletes. So the football have the coach, and you have the deputies and other statisticians who help with decisions. They use their tactics. And after the physical to the strategy and tactics, we have what we call the mentor. The mentor tactics. And that's where Liberia is finding her. The mentor tactics is the one you use to overcome your opponent. For example, you train for 5 hours, your opponent train for 5 hours, you get the same training. Everybody want to get the best training. But when you go into the competition, there are tactics you use. Even in boxing, there are tactics. Wrestling, there are tactics. Because everybody train for the competition. But the tactics that you apply during the competition, that will make you victorious. But for us, we continue to do well, or do well. It is because our tactics are not in place, and mentally, the decisions from the government, one, coupled with the LFA and other stakeholders, are affecting the mental tactics or mental stability of athletes. The female team are going to NOASCO to participate in the just ended competition because Tucker Ivory Coast at the airport. All I want is get effect on the player mentally. It got effect on the athletes mentally. They are not prepared. Look, the athletes shouldn't even hear about how the water feeling, how the plane ticket they want. The athletes, it shouldn't be that concerned because these things help to break them down mentally. So when they meet their opponent, they have all that things on their mind. They will not focus, even if they do the necessary training. If you go to Europe, the reason that people get results because all of those things are in place. You're not going to get stuck up. Oh, you're going to manage. And some athletes themselves, when they go to some hotels, there are 2, 3 in rooms. There are 4 in rooms. So when they lie on the floor, they are not getting the needed rest. They are just managing. So when they even have a fitting, practicing and suits. They don't even have for football players, they don't even have boots. They don't have all of the things that are needed for athletes to use. They are managing. All they have effect on the players. Then you want to expect Liberia Lone Star to reach the African Cup of Nations? You want to expect Liberia Lone Star to carry African Cup of Nations? It should be the Ghana, it should be the Ivory Coast, like it should be the other country around us here. These countries are preparing. Their players, they are giving, if not all, they are doing almost their best. Ghana football budget is almost $35 million. You're talking about 150,000, 50,000, 100,000 Liberia. People are talking millions investing in football right around us here. That's why you see Ghana there, you see Togo there, you see other countries there, Equatorial Guinea there, Ivory Coast, they are always in competition, Senegal there. They are always in those competitions, and they are always doing what they can do, representing themselves in Africa. Can you ask yourself why up to now, St. George Weah left the stage? Then George Weah 11 left the stage. You can't see Lone Star. I just they were. Sometimes, even if players also travel, maybe they got game to honor, maybe in Ivory Coast. Do you know how the FA and the government will delay the people funds? Until maybe a day to the day they're supposed to play the match. That's not your year, and the FA just release the money for them to go. In fact, sometimes the money can't even be correct. The player got to manage money, got to sleep in the same hotel room, 4, 5. They didn't get the necessary thing. So the player mentally, when they go to the match, they will not do well. Not that they can play. It's because mentally they have been disturbed. They didn't get good rest. He's supposed to play Friday. Then he pick up Thursday in the evening. He go in a hotel room, the 4 day. His friend, they lay down, nobody, he can't even relax well because when he ruin or hit his friend. Somebody laying on they lay on the cold floor. All that thing affect our players. So when they go to these matches, they will be disturbed. They have the mental approach to in every competition. When you try the physical approach, it doesn't work. You start to use your mental approach. That's why you see the strategy comes in. Yeah. So the reason Liberia is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, we're not getting the kind of result because we are not investing heavily. And the problem is for the government of Liberia. Our government, look, if you try to invest in sports, Liberia, the good thing about Liberia, we have raw talents. We have talents that just need development as well. In other countries, the people can send you to football school and teach you how to kick, how many meters to kick the ball, how to bend the ball, how to do the work. Some of the players in Europe, they went to football school. But in Liberia, we have people who grow up with the talent. The talent only need development. So they kind of mean he already grabbed the concept from birth. He just need development. So we have the talents. The players, the athletes are willing to do the work. Those who are playing basketball are willing to play the basketball to the fullest. Well, if you go for practice, sometimes they don't even get water on the court to even drink. If the players go on the pitch, they will even have the necessary equipment. Look at the other picking last time for how they call it there, from the D12 field, from Global Farmer. Look at what happened. Look at what happened. Look at what happened to him. He fell over the field. He wasn't even given the first aid needed for every player, every athlete. Every athlete, when they collapse on the field, they are given first aid before being, transferred or referred to a hospital for proper treatment, just in case the first aid it doesn't work. That began collapse on that field. They put him in bus, no ambulance on the field. It got one of the administrator in personnel for Benita Uri. She's the owner of Shatter Angel LC. Well, she got to demand FA to also always provide ambulances at very match venues. Because what happened to the beginning, Camara collapsed. There was no means of getting Camara off the pitch. People got to put him in the back, put him in bus where he wasn't even relaxed. Camara broke his spine. Camara died like that, a young boy. Little child, promising child. Only because we have a system that doesn't even care about athletes. Then you expect the players, you expect the athletes to get the result. They say Liberia Fisi, Lone Star Fisi. Sometimes the athletes from Ghana, those players from Ghana, some of them, the things are available. All of the necessary things are available for them. They want to go and do what they should do at athletes. They want to go and do what they should do at athletes. They don't really care about no water or you got to manage it. Yeah, you got to sleep 4 because the money every get and plenty. That's not the concern. Their concern is to deliver. But it's different. Our country is different. Our people prefer riding big cars, investing in themselves, getting huge accounts, while they leave the young people who are 100% or 64% of the young people of our population are young people. They prefer living in destitute and saying they are not serious. Even the FA, if the government provides the little fund they can provide for them, the FA too, they will call their own. The FA, the Liberia Football Association, they are in corruption malpractices there. Of course. These things are happening. It is affecting football. It is affecting sports in general. And who does it hurt the most? It hurt the young people, because vast majority of those athletes are young people. Lamine Yamal now have to do, you know, the top politics in Spain. The Lamine Yamal all of you running to watch. So they begin young. As the small children, Lamine Yamal did it. Lamine Yamal now, he ain't got to talk how the Spanish government making the country hard. No. Lamine Yamal doesn't have to do that. Because Lamine Yamal can kick in football and make his millions, and even help his family and help his friends and even provide jobs. So the focus now is move on government, because Lamine Yamal can kick football and get money. Because the government put system in place where Lamine Yamal got to be politician. He now got to graduate from high school to make money. There are some athletes, there are some football players in Europe that they are still in school, and they are millionaires. Because the program, the system have been put into place. You think the same thing can happen here? I don't want to go far in Europe. Like I read Ghana, like I read Ivory Coast. The last time I was checking Ivory Coast sports budget in Ivory Coast is almost $20 million investment in sports. You think I can put that kind of money in sports, then you expect them to be like Liberia? No! They won't. That's why you see the Ivorian players all in Europe, they're playing for major clubs, because they are investing in sports. They're investing in sports. Then you want to do magic yet? Can you ask yourself why St. George, you hadn't left the stage, you can't see Liberia there again? People say, George, we are in play football, you want to win, and you're not doing it. No, we'll talk like for another time. We'll talk like for another time. That's different conversation there. In fact, I'll bring people on the platform who will talk a little bit about that, who experience, who play football, who knows exactly what George we did. Because the one George we had one who play football in Europe, we're not in Liberia. But can you also ask yourself, why, when George was playing football, why Lone Star was always there? Because the mental approach George was carrying to the football, they're not depending on the FA again. Edison, yeah, he was the LFA president back then. He's here. Senator Edison from Birmingham County, he's here. But then George Weah and the Lone Star back then was not wholly and solely depending on government funding. Because we as a person who extended at that level in football was using his own funds to support the national team. So they have that mental approach. Their focus was strong. They had courage because mentally they were stable. They were not preparing for the game and said, no water. And if you have to go tomorrow, but up to now they fly down, they put out a ring for your ticket in you. Then you're uncertain, but that won't break it down as an athlete. Because your focus should be your preparation. Your focus should be going to the match and getting the necessary result. Not to you don't get one, you don't get that one, or you're not prepared for this. So we hope that's why you see our players, our teams goes out there. They always the least. Not that we can play, but we are not. So now you say, looks like they only play for how? Because that mental approach about lacking. Some of the players they sleep on cold floor. Some of them they share the same mattress for the night. Some of them they drank in the same cup. They share the same cup. Oh, ask them. They will tell you their experiences. They can always have when they go to some of the competition. Even in Liberia, look at our clubs here. Most of the clubs owners here are in the FA. They are working in the FA. They are investing less and expecting more. So when the money comes, they can put the money inside to where they can get the money out. So at the end of the day, the athletes, the footballer, the athletes will be affected. They just have to do it because they like playing football, they like playing basketball, they like playing kickball. But all is not well with them. So I will call it a day right here. Let me take a few of your calls. So that what happening in football in Liberia, we have to say it. And they have more revelation. That's why the LCC calls the LFA for questioning. Because there are financial malpractices at the LFA. People are stealing money there. Diverting money into their own for their own personal use. They are doing it there. And those things are affecting the athletes. It's affecting the footballers. It's affecting our teams. That's why our teams are not performing. They are not giving us the results that they should be giving us because some of the money already plenty. Coming out already care. They're getting plenty of money already. Then when they send it to you, then you're custom. They expect the footballer and the athletes then to do the sacrifice. That's what happened. That's why we're not getting the kind of result. Look at what happened in what's called a recent Waffle. Look at our female team. They can't tell. The girls were prepared, were determined. But they got some of that deficiency was from the very same thing I'm talking here. Where they got stuck up at the airport and thinking how to get a team in Wascott. Right here in Wascott. Our team's stuck up in Africa. Why would they be doing the thing to the athletes? But people can business class. They can ride economy on a class to go to the for how do you call it there? Safari. Yeah. So we're bringing raw as it unfold. Well, I would say right here. Because we need a change. Now I have a lot of big politicians here. They got made a big musician. You all provide the opportunity for the musician to make that music and let them get money from it. Them are picking of recent and then making small money because they lay a platform. So you're just singing for the footballer and too. Then they make kick a football and get money and go find something else to do. Now about to be politician. You have provided space. That's my point. And we'll continue to flag these things here, beginning now till anytime I appear, you're not gonna give me a chance to be on the radio. I will always flag these things. Look for those things, the reason why we are lacking behind. Let's take a few of your calls and call it a day because at 12 o'clock we will have live the Liberty Fortune draw at 12 o'clock. So let me take a few of your calls and especially to our talking point. To be a part of it, you can call us on 0772 23 99 33. 0772 23 99 33, 0777 980 375, 0777 980 375, or the Lone Star line 0886 30 44 97, 0886 30 44 97. What you make of it? And that's just it. And I know some of you listening, you will not be happy what I'm saying, but that's just it. We need to get the athletes prepared mentally, physically, and what have you. Yeah, we have to. So if I can get any calls, then I can just call you a day like this. But let me see if I can get a few of your calls on it. But let's take a break. And make some adjustment. When we come back, then we start to take your calls. But try to put your calls into those numbers I just announced: 0772 23 99 33, 0772 23 99 33, or 0777 980 375, 0777 980 375. Or the Lone Star line 0886 30 44 97. Now what happened to our players then? That's why you see they can get that kind of result. We expecting to say Lone Star can play again with sport. Let's take a break.
Play, by time you go score, Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta play, by time you go score, Lusta player, Lusta player, Lusta play, by time you go score, Lusta player,
Yeah, so welcome back. I gotta go because we have to join our team live from the Liberty Fortune office for the live draw. The second chance draw is live right now. So let's go straight to the office, Liberty Fortune office, to bring you the live coverage.
And who might be next? Buy as many cars as you want. The more you buy, the more chances you get to win instantly and to be in the next draw. Remember, it's just one university to play. The price, it will change your life. Don't miss out. I will be here